Today we're up on this big boom truck. It's a big, I guess you could say, an old Victorian style home. We've got some bats and squirrels and birds in this building. And after a couple companies said they can't do it, and we got hired, and we're here today and up on this awesome 100-foot boom lift. If you don't know what you're doing when it comes to working a boom truck, it can be, I guess you could say, nerve-wracking and scary. But if you know the rules, you know the tipping points, you know how to use one, then it becomes actually an easier tool than trying to work around huge ladders. And Kevin's shaking the bucket here. So right now we're probably extended, probably up, I'd say about 50, 60 feet up high. We're not fully maxed, but we're using the jib and articulating boom to work our way around. So we've already been to that roof vent. And we got to come down here. See, these pitches are incredible that we wouldn't be able to have a ladder pitched and climb down safely to these areas. So today we're gonna follow along. We just got done capping our chimney up here, and this chimney is about 50, 60 feet high. Say hi, Kevy.
Hello.
So I'm gonna pass over the camera to Kevin here, and we're gonna maneuver and do another spot. So right now we're moving in to get in position to screen this roof vent. This will be against squirrels. Okay, pass back the camera. We're gonna watch Kevin lean out here, and so when you're on a lift truck too, you gotta have all your safety equipment. So Kevin's wearing his fall arrest harness, which is mandatory in bucket trucks. So we've got him hooked into a line here. He'll just be leaning out over top of this ridge to screen this roof vent here. Again, to kind of see our angle and the things we got to watch out for. I don't know if you can see it, but right along here is a power line. We don't want to get too close or even obviously touch it. Electricity can arc, so we had to bring in the boom truck a little bit farther out than we'd like to in order to avoid it. But another thing we do is to make sure we don't damage people's driveway is if you can see the plywood for the tires, which is mandatory with us. A lot of people don't do it, and I don't see why not. A few extra bucks, a few extra time, and it saves a driveway. All right, so Kevin's in position. We're gonna go ahead and screen this roof vent. And this roof vent here we screen. This protects from squirrels and raccoons in the long term from chewing these areas out. In a few minutes on the other side of the roof here, we have looks like some damage or a chew out to our roof vent. So we can't see it until we get over there. We just saw a little bit while we're up on the boom. So another thing I'll show you is we have to bring up all our equipment up here. We obviously don't want to keep coming up and down, so we got our bat doors, we got our silicone, our copper elastic, our roof vent screens, raccoon one-way door, roll a 1/4 inch. We have our caulking guns, our tools, screws and washers, some water, and some clippers. Try to come prepared. Try not to go up and down too much on the machine. So I'm gonna lean out here and get a nice shot of Kevy. Right now, I'm guessing we're probably about 60, 70 feet up high on this roof. We've already installed the bat door. And now with bats, if you're unfamiliar with bats, there's only certain times a year that bats can be evicted. And between now and just around the start of June when they give birth. So we have a saying in our industry, in June, July, we let them fly. And what that means is bats are a protected species, and once they give birth, we can no longer evict them. So usually about a month and a half, 2 months is the little junior bats are now able to take flight. So right around August 1st, we can resume our evictions. So now until about the start of June, we will be doing bat evictions. June, July, we do a lot of the work, but we just don't do the installation of the one-way doors. We let the babies grow up, and then August 1st, we come in and do the eviction. So These jobs that we have here, as far as boom trucks, we get probably about 10 of them a year that we have to do. And you know, we love doing them. We love being on the job. It's something different. It's challenging, and I love seeing Kevin's adrenaline start going. All right, so we're gonna take you over to the flat roof right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually get up on this roof over here, and where these kind of roof vents are, we're gonna be able to stay on the flat roof and extend down and get all these while we're here. Later this afternoon, we gotta go to the front of the house and get in under this bell tower that's out there. And then in a couple minutes, we'll be booming down to these and showing you a bat entry point that's right in this area. Okay, so I'm gonna give the camera back to Kevin here. Just making sure when we're booming here, we're not getting close to power lines. We take it slow. All right, we're at our next spot. Kevin, I'm gonna get you, and we'll take our lanyards and our line out here, and up you go. Yeah, we're gonna do the roof vent here, and then the ones kind of over on the sides. Now I can't get off because I'm stuck to the boom lift. So once Kevin gets off, gets our equipment here, we're going to stop the live feed because really there's not going to be much for you to see. But this is the day in the life of wildlife control. So all you guys think that, you know, all you do is come around the trap and we drive around all day. This is a little insight of what we have to do and the complex jobs that we have to do, and you have to be able to do them right. So again, we're always tied off. You have to be, all right? So he's tied right into the lift here. Safety first. Give you a little bird's eye view of what we got going on around here. We got a park over here. We had some spectators this morning watching us. And kind of give you a sense of how far we're extended. All right, so this is a 100-foot boom truck. So we're from here to up here, we're about 30-40 feet, okay? And then probably about 50-60 feet extended over to the roof line, which we had to do in order to avoid the power lines and some, if you look at some jet out sunrooms in here, so we had to be able to do that. So switch you back over to Kevin here. Oh, now we're on the front north facing post. We put our plywood down to save the grass. And we extend it up into here. We found a squirrel entry point right hidden up into the what we call the roof soffit intersection, and we've got some bats going in here. So Kevin's going to put the screening in, and we're going to put on what's called a one-way door. Allows the squirrels to venture out, not back in, and we'll be sealing it for bats as well. Kevin's just down from the flat roof. To give you a sense of how high we are, let's go over here. So there's what we call the bell towers. We're right below it right now. We're gonna head up there after. Got this, it's a 100-foot boom truck stationed down there, and the looks are deceiving. We're about 75 feet boomed out. And we're up about 60 feet right now. And yeah, Dave, it wouldn't be up here without the fall protection, I'll tell you that. We've even went so far, the way the boom sits is we couldn't get tucked right up into this corner, so we actually got a little block of wood anchored in. Copper? Copper? Yeah. Not too many people get to where we are right now, right here. Just tucking and securing some screen in here. And optically from the ground, you can't even see this section, believe it or not, because it's tucked back into this roof line. So the next phase is we're going underneath this section here, then we have to take the boom and hopefully we don't sink in the grass and come in on this side here. And at the end of the day here, we're gonna get out on the road and I think we're gonna fully extend it up the full length of it. And we're gonna go about 135 feet straight up, and you can venture 70 feet out. So we're gonna see if we can get this thing up 100 feet at the end of the day when we're all done. We're about 65 feet up from the ground to this section, but we're 70 feet straight out from the boom lift, and about 60 feet up. This machine will go 100 feet in the air. So demonstrate this for our, before you put it in, Kevin. What are we putting in here?
It's a squirrel one-way door. Gonna hold that.
Yeah. Show us how it works.
All right, so they come in here, push the flap down and exit. Yeah. It pops back up and they can't get back in.
Can you show me straight down the camera how it goes up and down like that? Yeah. So that's our squirrel door as it goes down and up. And why don't you show what the significance of that little zip tie is at the end,
yeah.
Kev?
It's a little indicator that we use. So once the door opens, it drops down.
And that little
pops back up, then we know something came out.
Right. So in case you couldn't hear it because of the audio, that little zip tag there, what that does is it sticks up into the top of the door, and we leave it set, and what ends up happening is the squirrel comes out and triggers the one-way door, and the zip tie will be dangling down. So we can come by even from the ground and have a look at the area and say, hey, a squirrel has come out of there, it's been active. If we don't see any activity on it for a while, we know that they're not there, and we can come back, remove our one-way door, and seal everything up. So Kevin's just looking for a proper place to position it. What we're trying to make sure we don't do is put the one-way door in a position that won't let the squirrel out. And the last thing we want to do is have a squirrel trapped inside and slowly starving to death. So we give them plenty of room, opportunity to get out. Yeah, that's good. We're good? Okay. Here. And even where we are, there's what we call, I guess we'll say, the bell tower even goes up even higher. And then we were up on that flat roof up there this morning. That was on kind of, we'll say, the south side. We're on the northeast side of the building now. Moved the boom truck. We had to drive it actually all the way so slow around here. And once we got here, then we had to put all the plywood up and then jump the curb and come up and position it just right that we could swing it out the other side and come up this way here. All right, guys, I think that's enough for today. You've kind of seen what we're doing. Kev's just about done to install this, this squirrel door. Thanks, guys. Cheers.